So this is an Alpecin Phoenix Ronda van Zwift Recon ride. And it's just a super chilled, sociable ride, apparently. Let's see if anybody attacks. Yes, look, they are attacking. They do not care about attacking Mathieu van der Poel in any way. They've just gone for it. So we'll see how sociable this ride actually is. Anyway, yeah, so I don't think this is being live streamed anywhere because it's just a social event in inverted commas, but you know what? I figured, yeah, I might as well just stick it on the channel and just see what happens. Just see how brutal people are. Mathieu van der Poel's doing 4.3 watts per kilo there, though, so he's alive to the situation, let's say. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I didn't see how many people were actually in this ride. There's actually 3 different categories going on. So this is the top end one with Mathieu. Someone's already dropping their feather power up, a little bit premature, I'd say, because we are on the Richmond course. There are a few hills to pay attention to. So anyway, Mathieu is leading the top end one, which I think was 3.2 to 4 watts per kilo. There's probably some people at the front doing 5. I can see a Carrizo is doing 5 watts per kilo there. So generally staying together, so it's pretty good. And then there were some of the other riders from Alpecin Phoenix. They were leading lower cats. This sociable ride's actually set up a little bit like the Chop. So it's a chase race, yeah, you would say. So A's, and technically this is A's, but it says B's here. Anyway, they've gone last. So the other group should already be on the road, and these are the last guys to go. And we'll see if they catch the other groups. And then it just ends up being this massive, colossal blob of Alpecin Phoenix riders. It's cool that they've got the kit in the game, obviously on relatively short notice. Looking good. So all the riders are on, I believe all the riders should be on Canyon bikes. Looks like people got to choose their own socks, which is not always a good thing. Look at that melee. There's chaos. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people in this. I would look on Zwift Power because it would probably tell me, but then also Zwift Power is a little shaky at the moment, so I don't want to risk it. Anyway, there you go. But it'd be interesting to see how many people are in the event in total. But Mathieu's doing all right, as you would expect, being Mathieu van der Poel. Yeah, obviously it's a sociable ride. It's not a race, so there is not going to be a ton of action like you would probably see in a race. However, you know, I figured I might as well quasi-document it whilst they're blazing around the Richmond course. And I guess, yeah, maybe I'll take some photos while I'm here. Of course, if you have any questions, then I should probably open the Restream chat and stop being so slack. And see if my MacBook Pro's CPU is not doing so well. Whoa! It's not doing so well having all of these things running on it. Anyway, where are we? If you have any questions, just drop me a message and we'll get to it. You can hear the rumble as people blaze across this cobbled section. Mathieu's hanging to the back. clearly been listening to Alex West. I mean, he hasn't been talking to Alex West at all. But Alex is renowned for hanging at the backs of groups. There's some people at the front really trying to hammer it, as you'd expect. But the sound, for me anyway, is deafening as they hammer it across this section of the course. So they're doing a recon of the Richmond course for their upcoming race. Oh, like you can just see Catedra flying up there. It's interesting with the riders. I don't know if it's just because of this view, but people who are going off the front are disappearing. And I'm interested whether that has something to do with the fact that they are doing stupid watts per kilo. Well, they don't look like they are. It just might be, you know, sometimes riders go out of view. Just the sound of those cobbles. Oh, it was loud. I don't know if you can hear it on the stream. Oh, there's a Mathieu van Loo there. Interesting. I wonder if there's probably some chat going on the Zwift app, which I can check in. Let's have a look. If I jump into the Zwift companion app, I can see the messages that other people are saying. Mathieu van der Poel. Mathieu, very skilled here. He is dropping messages into the chat whilst riding along. Multi-talented. He's just reeled off a load of different answers there. But he has confirmed that it should be socks over leg warmers, which I totally agree with. Anyone who says socks should go under leg warmers is mental. If any of you saw Mathieu, he was doing Alpecin Phoenix did a Spotify playlist. Mathieu picked Justin Bieber. And that was one of those moments where you go like, oh, our idols are just human after all. That was a shocker, that was. But he's redeemed himself slightly with that response. He says he's still shaving his legs, which of course you would do. His goal is still to compete in the Olympics mountain bike. He says Amstel Gold is his favourite. Let's see what else. He says, Mathieu says that his biggest opponent is still Schurter in the mountain bike. Some people asking for his advice. He says, my advice for young cyclists is enjoy it and don't overdo it. And his favourite female mountain bike rider is Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. Great choice, obviously. And another Canyon athlete. So, solid work. Actually, there was a recent video about who it was with the Canyon SRAM girls, like who was their most inspiring rider, and they all picked Pauline, which I guess is not surprising. And in many ways, she's very similar with her talents to Mathieu, you know, being multidisciplinary, mountain bike, cyclocross, and road. And, well, speak of the devil, so Mathieu says that his ultimate career cycling goal is to become champion in 3 disciplines. But at the same time, I mean, if anyone can do it, I think it's pretty much him. Of the current ilk. Obviously, Pauline's already done that. Legend, and undoubtedly there's some others. Anyway, so we haven't seen the group that these guys are chasing. I don't know what the actual time gap was supposed to be. So we'll see. Let's see. Whoa! Mathieu's brother just rocks up. Mathieu says his favourite workout is just riding his bike and playing around. David jumps in. I don't know what the question was, but he says 4 cyclocross bikes, 2 or 3 road bikes, and 1 TT bike. Mathieu's favourite mountain bike course is Lenzerheide and Nova Mesto. You didn't know you were going to get all these facts from me. I'm not normally someone to drop a load of fact bombs. But, I mean, I am just reading what Mathieu's typing or whoever is in the room with him. But, yeah, that's good. I mean, it's interesting. I don't know if everybody is reading the Zwift chat in the app, but if you're doing this ride or even if you're not, it's interesting to just open it up and see what the chat is like at the moment. Mathieu says that his other passions are cars, MX, I presume that means Mexico, it doesn't, and some gaming when he needs to rest. I don't know what gaming he's doing. Wouldn't want to speculate. I'd like, maybe he's doing driving games, drift. Annoyingly, you can't see what the questions are. It's just saying drift to BMW for sure. So maybe Mathieu is a big car game enthusiast. Hard to say, to be honest. Maybe he's Call of Duty. Maybe he's Fortnite. But maybe he's just well into Gran Turismo. That shows how little I know about driving games at the moment. If my friend Badger Graveling was here, he'd be able to tell me, because that's what his obsession is. He's always doing, in my mind, boring driving games. And I should know, because there's the one which we worked on at Xbox. I've totally forgotten what it is. So anyway, there's a lot more questions coming in on the chat now. I think Mathieu is just focusing on staying in this group at the moment. That's rubbish, isn't it? He's fine. Let's switch to another camera angle to see how we're getting along. Bit of an overview. It's a bit fragmented there. There's a bit of a gap opening there. Yeah. Wait a minute. This view's, we're going through cars and everything. Oh yeah, so it's just weirding me out because we're doing it in reverse, right? Or am I just like freaking out? It looks like it's in reverse. It's so weird to actually do it when you're not actually when you're not actually riding it yourself. It's kind of confusing, and I've never ridden Richmond in reverse, so I could be completely wrong. It just kind of feels like it's in reverse, and I know that the guys in the ZCC team would just be shouting at me the answer, because of course they know it off by heart. But it just looks so strange like this. But I've literally never... No, like, it's just must be the angle. It just seems totally weird to me. Anyway, I'm just going to jump in with some of the other stuff that Mathieu has mentioned in the chat. Just going to pull out some little nuggets. So he's answered favorite game genre shooter. He's been very wise and not picked out which particular game. I'm going with Call of Duty, but maybe he's a Tom Clancy kind of guy. Who knows? Ben Tullett's jumped in there, the young British talent. Yes, I'm coming. For some reason, my mic keeps going on mute. Anyway, I'm going to leave you to it. It's just a social ride, but check out the chat in the meetup, in the event. And yeah, there's super interesting stuff. So, and he says he hopes Wout van Aert will be fit because he's his biggest opponent in cyclocross. He doesn't play board games. He says he does a lot of red cord for stability, and his favourite cyclocross race is Coxsider. Right, they're going down the hill. There'll be a few more hills. There's plenty of people shot off now. Enjoy the ride, and I'll pop back near the end. Oh, I do not know what happened there. I left just at the moment where everything was getting a little bit squee with. Oh, people dropping the feathers, unsurprisingly. Oh, this is a horrible climb, this one. We're back, and obviously, whilst I was away, Zwift has decided that we should be following this guy. How has he on a specialized? If you participated in the event, did you? Maybe it's already over. Is that what I've done? Yeah, it's over, isn't it? But he's kept his jersey. They've all kept their jerseys. A little bit jealous of that. Even I haven't got the Alpecin Fenix jersey. So some people have finished, some people are riding on. Anyway, lot of love going out for Mathieu and the whole Alpecin Fenix team in the chat. Just trying to jump back and see if there was any other. Mathieu, he said he was typing all of that himself. Rubbing it in there, clearly. Just see if there was anything else. His max heart rate last year during Amstel, and it was 198. Oish, as Pritchard would say. Did he say oish or boish? Anyway, that was pretty ballsy. Yeah, I thought that was going to go on for a little bit longer, but I was wrong. As is often the case. Anyway, so they did 20k. They are done. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Those of you who tuned in to watch. I just wanted to capture it and share some of the... There I am. And I got some ride-ons. The question is it going to let me keep this kit? No, this is a really boring bit to be watching. Yeah. So I still got my Canyon bike. Oddly enough, though, was I riding that Ultimate before? Anyway, but it's got SRAM. Should have had Shimano. Anyway, it'll be cool if you do get to keep that kit. Not that I'm going to wear it very often, but it's nice to have in the closet. I just wonder if... Do you think it's going to pick up my power meter from the other room? Alright, I'm just going to roll over the start line. I don't know if it's going to make a difference, but I can roll from my bike's on the wall in the hallway. So let's see if I can just roll over whilst not riding it. Very silly, pointless experiment. Oh man, it's not going. stupid. How is that not putting out any watts? How does that not put out any watts? Very strange. Oh, anyway, I can't be bothered with that. The answer is no, I'm not going to make it over the line. Anyway, thanks for joining. That is the end of the stream. The end of the stream is me sat here in the pens not doing anything. Catch you later.